So, let's start this off by having you introduce yourself.
I know. You gotta introduce me. I look a
Okay,
little
I'll,
too
I'll
scared.
introduce you. Your name is Brian.
What's my last name? Hit me with the whole
Your last
goddamn.
name is Pompa.
Yeah, that's right.
Uh-huh. And your tag,
Look, that's
I've seen
there.
you go by many things. You're a
Yeah,
man
of
of many
course.
names.
Yeah, I love them. I love them all equally. I love Rich Homie Kuon. I love Sasuke
Uh-huh.
Uchiha. I love Raito Kuzunoha.
You're gonna have to explain that one to me.
Okay, do you know? So, Raito versus the Soulless Army. It's a SMT.
Okay.
And Raito is the composer of all the French bread
Yes, I know that.
music. So I
Yeah.
put them together.
Hmm.
Raito instead of Raito.
You're a big French bread enthusiast.
Yes, I love them. They're so wonky and dumb, and the games are stupid, and I love them.
Yeah. But okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. So,
No, no,
a
no.
little bit more introductory material. Are you a student? And if so, what's your year and major?
I'm a student. I'm a fourth year,
Uh-huh.
and my major is pure math.
Damn. A lot of
I mean-
respect for math majors. That I could never. That's too hard for me.
Neither could I. Don't worry.
Okay, when did you first start playing fighting games, and what was your first game?
I guess I started playing seriously in like
Or,
2020.
we're also including Smash, if you came to that.
Smash Bros. Okay, if you want to include, I wouldn't include it personally. I got a lot of respect for my Smash Brothers, but
But
it's not. It's not. But that'd be like 2017 then in that case. Because the thing that got me into fighting games, as most people did, is the Smash Brothers to whatever the most popular game, the Smash Brothers to what was it, like DBFZ
Yeah.
to Strive
Yeah.
Pipeline. So it was that, and then one of my friends would bring. So I would play Melee. I'd go to shoutouts to Power 9, and there'd
where's
always
that?
in Long Beach, I guess it was Signal Hill. Long Beach, we're gonna call it Long Beach, California. And there'd always be a little room with the setup, and then people would be playing fighting games, primarily Guilty Gear Xrd.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
I learned how to block and how to move, but I didn't really play.
But that was like your first touch with like a
Yeah.
traditional fight.
Yes. May from Xrd taught me how to move and block. Mostly how to block. And then I didn't really play it. But I was like, oh, this is cool when I'm out of bracket. When I'm going 0-2, in between
Yeah.
my after losers round 1, I'm going back there. And I'm watching, probably.
So what made you switch from Smash over to traditional fighting games?
Ooh. I don't think I switched, because I still play both.
Ah.
I do still play both,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Not,
But
not unfortunately.
unfortunate. But I just had more fun with the structure. I think ultimately in traditional fighting games, there's a lot more. It makes more sense. Your path to improvement feels like it's a lot more about game knowledge, understanding certain situations, as opposed to Smash Bros, where it feels like you can kind of gain a lot by just moving faster, having better
Oh, okay.
movement, and that's it. Where fighting games are not rigid by any stretch, but it feels like it's much less about
Yeah.
that. It's like, oh, what's
Yeah.
your execution like? Oh, actually, you can get carried. You can win
Yeah.
a set or two based off of just this.
Some people do like that about, I know Melee especially, like the diehards really stick by the wave dashing and L.
Oh no, it's fun.
Yeah.
When you're in the flow state and you're moving, it's so fun. But you have to hit the other guy.
So what was the first fighting game you ended up playing like seriously?
For
that you
real,
actually
for
tried to
real?
learn it? Yeah.
Melty Blood Actress Again current code.
When was this? Like
Like
post DBFC era?
oh yeah, way after. Like end of
2019?
2020. I played it a little bit for like a couple months.
Uh-huh.
And it was free. It had rollback.
It's true.
And I
Yeah.
could run it.
That's a pretty obscure game to start with. But I guess if you already knew about other anime games,
I knew about them.
Yeah.
I just thought, oh, I want to play this one because it's mostly because I had other friends that played it, and they would just rotate. It was like mostly my Smash friends who they would just play random games. It'd be whatever's the flavor of the month. Like, oh, right now we're learning Plus R, or we're learning Third Strike, or Street Fighter 5, whatever it was. And once it got to that one, I thought, oh, I want to join. I want to play. Like, let me seriously give it a try.
and were you already at Berkeley at the time, or was this before?
Oh
that?
no, this is before.
So when did you come to Berkeley, and how did you find out about the club?
Berkeley was 2 years ago because I'm a transfer.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't remember how I found out about the club. I think I was seeking it out. where it's like, oh, let me see. I don't know how I found the Discord, but I found out there's a Discord because I wanted to know if there's a club. I didn't know if there was a registry or anything like that I could check. So I don't know how I ended up here, but I know it started with me thinking I want to, while I'm here, I want to play fighting games, so I'm going to go.
Yeah, our discoverability is pretty poor. I
Hey,
think.
but I got there. If you
Yeah.
work hard enough, then you get there.
Mhm. When was like your first semester here? Was this still when everyone was playing Strive, or was it after that?
I
Right,
think,
like 2022 maybe.
yeah, I think, well, here's the thing. Strive it didn't really taper off until like the last year. I feel like people have been mostly playing Strive the entire time, right? It wasn't until like the next wave of like Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, I mean it's still a mainstay even
hmm
today, I guess.
There's always a Strive head or two.
But it's not no longer the biggest game.
Because at the time Strive was the
Yeah.
most fighting game of all
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So I think it was maybe in the mix towards the tail end.
So were you responsible for inspiring, I guess, like the initial MBAC wave, or was that completely independent of you?
That was independent. Because the funny thing is, because I know they were already playing this. They had been playing this for a couple months prior, but that was one of the games I inquired about. Because obviously, you go in, you see fighting games. There's a huge diaspora of which games that people play.
Yeah.
You can see. So, I asked. It's like, oh, what do people play? And naturally, you get the call and response of, well, what do you play? And at the time,
Yeah.
the only things I played were Melty Blood
Uh-huh.
and Plus R.
Mhm.
Old ass, dusty ass, crusty ass games.
Yeah.
So that was one thing that I knew. Oh, people played this game, so naturally, oh, new person, we'll play with you the games that you play. And it turns out at the time it was that core group that played Melty, so it meant that I didn't know how to play many games. I was not well versed.
Yeah, I mean,
So
luckily for you, I think we had like some pretty big plus R heads, melty heads.
Yeah, exactly. It was fantastic, but that's why it's like, well, so if someone's gonna play with me, they're gonna play these games,
Yeah.
which means more people see it. And you saw the huge boom that we had, the boom we had in Melty Blood.
So you are like from a very anime game background. Did you end up trying a bunch of other games? And if so, did you end up liking any?
Oh yes, of course. But the thing is, anime games always got me coming back because I want the high octane, the goofy set play. I want a nasty Oki with movement, which is why I play Melty Blood, why I play Plus R. Like when I play Plus R, I'll pick Bridget because she just flies to the top of the screen above the timer, of course. It's what everyone loves about her. So I have tried other games. I do enjoy them. Like I'll play them when people are playing, but ultimately they're where my heart's at.
And what's your
I think
philosophy for picking characters in these games?
Oh my god.
Like, well, first of all, who do you play? Because I don't think I've seen your mains in all these games.
Okay, in Melty Blood, it's Hse, where she is. I don't want to say she's not really like a rush down character. I guess she kind of is, but ultimately she's set play with a lot of plus frames, where she's got to work decently hard to get in, but once she's in, you get a huge reward. You keep people in block forever, and to stop it, they got to take risks, and I like that. I like that. I'm flipping the weighted coin each
Yeah.
time, but it doesn't feel like completely fair. It's not like, oh, I'm doing unblockables. I'm doing 50-50s that you just have to guess on like Marvel.
Yeah.
It feels like, all right, I have a 70% chance of winning every single time. So I like that quite a bit. I just want a real strong gimmick most of the time. That, like in Plus R, I play Bridget, who does no damage, but she moves around like nobody's business.
Yeah, I guess I'm not familiar enough with these games to kind of piece together your mains.
Okay,
Like-
like if I hear me out, I think I'm the kind of if I was to play Street Fighter 5,
Okay.
a game that you know well,
Yes.
I'd play Monot. And I feel like that draws a specific kind of crowd,
I think
don't you think?
she kind of has the Bridget function. Like she sets the orb out. It's like the yo-yo.
Yeah, it's like, oh, some nasty gimmick that you
Yeah,
just have
yeah.
to deal with, and not many other people, not many other characters have. Where it's like, all right, I guess this is a specific situation to her.
Yeah. I mean, those characters are usually pretty hard, though. You don't mind that?
Here's the thing, I don't do the hard parts. Don't do I don't.
Just
I'll
trade fundies, no setups.
I'll learn like one or two setups, the things that I think are the most fun to do. Like I'll do roll cancel because it makes Bridget go Abunai, 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 and she starts spamming. If you play with audio, it's really obnoxious and
Yeah,
funny to
plus
me.
ours is really loud.
But I'm not gonna do jump installs. Like it's like, okay, that's too much work.
Mhm.
I can do the unblockable sometimes, but I'm not gonna set it up.
So your favorite part is like the humor of the characters,
Oh
not
yes,
necessarily the technical.
I love being real goofy. Like have we played through? We played Third Strike at some point, right?
I
Maybe not.
I know you play Elena.
And I play Elena because I can do standing light kick into EX mallet smash, and then I get strike throw again.
I
And I save
mean,
all my meter for that, or just hit them once into healing. Full screen.
I feel like Street Fighter though you can't really be as goofy. It's not like that kind of game.
Look, I'll figure it out. There are a lot of goofy guys. Have you seen
Mhm.
Q? Have you seen that guy?
He's mysterious.
He's mysterious.
I'll give you that.
I'd call him
Yeah,
goofy. Look at Oob. Do beige on gray on white.
that's
Girl,
goofy.
that's goofy.
Okay, let's move on to some other miscellaneous questions. I got a couple lined up.
Oh,
What other games do you enjoy playing? Like non-fighting games?
I don't really play many other non-fighting games. Are you talking about single player game? I guess I do
It
play
doesn't have to be single player. If you play like League of Legends, that counts.
No, I would never. Look, respectfully, I'm not. I'm not. I've seen what that does to
I
people.
don't judge.
It's a gateway drug. I hope my future kids are never exposed to that.
Then what else do you play?
I mostly just play single player games if
Like
anything, but
what?
I don't really play too much. Okay, lately I've been on the Pikmin grind. You
Ooh,
know this.
yes.
You know many Pikmin fans are here.
Yes.
So I'll play stuff like that. It's like something comfy, something real chill.
Then, I guess if you're not doing a single player, what do you spend your leisure time doing? Like touching grass? Like you go outside and then what?
Unfortunately, yes, I do like going outside. My go-to, if I know I got like a chunk of free time, I'll go. I know it's a bit
Okay.
of a journey, but I'll do something like I'll go to Golden Gate Park, something like that. You know, that's me. I like being outside.
Yeah, go outside, experience the sun. You're absorbing all the vitamin D for the rest of the club.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
raising
doing.
your average.
I'm so brave. I'm doing it so that they don't have to.
True.
Oh, I see that one says.
You want to pick
Can
one
I
off the
pick one?
list? Yes.
I'll pick one. Where were you on January 6th, 2021?
You want to answer that?
Next question, please.
Let's see. Are there any characters you wanted to play but you weren't able to because they were too hard or something else about them?
Ooh. Yes, absolutely. I think in Melty Blood, see Shion. She just looks so cool, but I know she's really hard. She has a lot of one frame links. You've seen like if I don't know if you saw during the tourney, but Eric playing her, and every time she attacks someone, she does a big charge move.
That's
So
the
you
girl
hear
with
the
gun or
yes, she has
yeah.
the gun, and
Yeah.
you hear the tires screeches. It sounds like okay, someone's going 50 miles in a school zone, and just realize oh there are kids around. Oh maybe there's like oh there's a car parked on the or like a police car parked on the corner. I should chill out, and you hear the screech of. "Arr, arr," and she's going here, here, and it's like it looks so satisfying, and you see like 5k damage, which is an absurd amount for that game. So I think if I could take all my time that I spent on fighting games and transfer it to that, to her, I would do it.
All right, another miscellaneous question, not on my list, but why do you like wearing shorts?
They're so the thing is here in the Bay, it's always shorts weather.
Mhm.
You understand this, right? Like I need, first of all, my legs are toned for a reason. I gotta show them off.
True.
There's that. It's AOE flirting. There's that, and I don't think it really goes below the temperature where I require anything more.
What
You
would
know,
that be for you? Like 40 degrees?
I think yeah, 40s. I think if the temperature starts with a 4, I think that's where I gotta put them back in the Pokeball
Mm.
and then pull out the pants.
Mm.
But other than that, like if it's like mid 50s, I'm like, oh, that's chilling.
You have far more tolerance for the cold than I do, but maybe it's a consequence of going outside.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe you just built it up.
Exactly. I go outside, I take in the cold, and each time it makes me stronger. It's like Goku.
Mm.
I don't know.
See, I don't
Maybe
get
you've never
that, but-
considered that. I'm Mexican, so we know a lot about him. He's my inspiration. When I see him on the side of the taqueria, I'm like, yeah, that's him. I'm trying to be like him.
Yeah, every time you're outside in your shorts and the cold, you're feeling like I'm Goku.
I'm feel not like I'm him because I feel like saying that I am Goku,
It's too much.
a little bit too much. That's a little conceited, a little narcissistic. It's more so like this is what I want to attain. For some people, their values are guided by things like the Bible. That's their moral compass. For me,
For you? Yeah.
for me, it's Goku, Son Goku.
Mm. Okay. One last question, and then we'll wrap it up. So you are fourth year. Are you going to be graduating?
I sure hope so. That's the goal.
And what are your plans after, college at Berkeley?
Unfortunately, I think it's time to go to work, to get back to work.
Okay.
A lot of people have been saying no one wants to work anymore, and I think I gotta be the brave person to break the mold
Thank you.
here. That's, but I'll be staying here. I'll be around.
Yeah, like Bay Area? Anywhere
Bay
specific?
Area, yeah, Bay Area or further north. I'm cool with that too.
Do you know yet, or are you just looking for places?
I'm looking. I'm shopping around. I'm browsing.
Well, if you're in the Bay, make sure to swing by.
Of course, gone but not forgotten.
True. We'll never forget.
Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate it.
Yep.
I'll send in
the
I'll send in the next person.